Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here at the Nobu Hotel in Portman Square, Nobu Portman Square. I'm here with Grant Campbell, who's the general manager of this really relatively new property, pretty much less than a year old. And we're going to give you a tour of this property. I'm staying here, and we're going to find out all about Nobu Portman Square on Insider Travel Report. Grant, first of all, it's great to be here with you at your hotel. It's as I said, a less than a year old. When exactly did you open?
James, great to have you here. It's a really special day for us because actually this is our 1 year anniversary.
Great day.
The 3rd of December was the first day we opened.
We were at the bar here. We have to have a drink.
I know, that's definitely coming in a few moments, I can tell you that. It's been a super year overall, bearing in mind all the challenges that we faced. Our first opening was the 3rd of December last year. We were only open for about 13 days, and then unfortunately we had to go into a lockdown which was government enforced. And then we reopened again in April with our outdoor dining spaces, and then fully as a hotel in May this year, with pretty much everything complete and up and running by September. So it's been an interesting opening period, not normal in any kind of sense for a hotel, but overall we've got a fantastic product. It looks beautiful. We've had amazing guests come through so far, very loyal, very regular already, and just genuinely grateful for how things have come about so far.
Now, giving you a little history of this hotel, what it was before you converted it, I think, and you've done a wonderful job. The decor is incredible. But talk a little bit about the history of how this hotel came to be.
This was another hotel product before, and the key design changes that happened were how do we make it more open, bring a lot more light in, really lend towards the Nobu design and look and feel. With a light touch to a Japanese culture, but so that it doesn't become too over-designed or too twee. Some of the key changes were reducing the room count so that we can increase the number of suites that we have in the hotel, but also increase the room sizes for some of the inventory, which was really, really important. Creating a fantastic food and beverage environment.
Which is part of Nobu's really old culture.
Definitely. It was really, really fundamental for us to get that absolutely pinpoint sharp. A new events and meetings platform, which can really position us both in the social and corporate scene within the London and international market, and then equally just becoming a social hub for the local residents for this area, which was fundamental. A key part of that was bringing in great interior design, fantastic art, which we mentioned, which can be seen throughout the hotel as well.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned accommodations. Let's talk about what's the room count and what are the variety of accommodations you have, the categories?
Sure. So we have 249 bedrooms, and of that we have our entry levels, which are our superior and deluxe rooms. Our deluxe rooms also some of them come with balconies, which is quite exceptional, and even some of our superior rooms have balconies, which is quite unique in the London market, and definitely an asset if you like a bit of outdoor space and being able to see the sights outside. We have a further 3 what I call standard suite products, and then as well as our Nobu Penthouse above that. Our Nobu Penthouse is a fantastic product which has 2 bedrooms, amazing living space, very comfortable, designed to be somewhere to live in as opposed to to be too scared to touch or sit down, which is really important for us. With wraparound balconies that has super views over the whole of London, so really proud.
That is really important, and as I've been at hotels before that have incredible views. This is a beautiful city.
Yeah, it's incredible, and even so, some of the secret views of looking up towards North London, which is not the atypical scenescape, with Hampstead Heath and Primrose Hill, which is really cool. And then with our other suite products, designed so that guests can enjoy them as a great city break or as a long-term stay, and with all the luxury features that those suites do need for our guests to enjoy their stays.
So a great suite product, and of course it's Nobu. Let's talk about food and beverage. I assume you have a Japanese restaurant, but what else do you have?
So Nobu Restaurant, is the fulcrum of our restaurant dining space. It's a 200-seater space with a great bar on the ground level, and equally, which is a fantastic asset to have, is a wonderful terrace space which oversees Portman Square. Great in the summer, and even in the winter if you'd like somewhere else a little bit more cozy to come and have something outside. We have a beautiful lounge which is great for morning teas, coffees, light breakfast, lunches. It's very warm, very comfortable, amazing full floor-to-ceiling windows, which you can see all the passing village life of Marylebone within London, which is really important for us to go by, and has definitely become almost a local hub for the neighbours and the local non-residents of our guests of our hotel, which has been fantastic. Off the side of that, we have a wonderful Nobu ballroom. It's the first Nobu ballroom within Nobu itself. We can accommodate up to 700 guests standing for events in that space. Amazing technology to help make your events as easy as possible, but designed so that it doesn't feel like a set scene. Very comfortable again, beautifully designed and quite luxurious. Great for social events, but very adaptable into the corporate market as well.
Any other public areas? I don't know if you have a spa or anything else?
Yeah, certainly. What's important for us is getting that balance. We have a fantastic Nobu spa, or fitness and wellness we call it, and the wellness part is the really important part. We have the first Nobu Pilates studio, and Nobu as part of the Nobu brand. Really successful for us. Just an alternative thing for guests to experience, whether they be resident or non. And Pilates as a form of exercise has been, really, really popular, and we're seeing a fantastic amount of guests come through the doors just to experience that for the first time. So if anybody's staying, as part of their stay, they can enjoy it, or even if they're not, they're more than welcome to come in and try.
No, that's great. I'm always amazed at how many spas and things that hotels in London do have, and it sounds like you have a great one. I'm going to go check it out a little later. Sure. Now, this is actually not the only Nobu in London, right? There are others, right?
So we have a Nobu hotel in Shoreditch, which opened prior to us, and then we have another restaurant at Nobu Park Lane, which is the original Nobu restaurant in Park Lane. So, London has a good density of Nobu branding or product within the city. And I genuinely think it's a city that can absorb that, because we're so diverse. The city fills a lot of it's quite cosmopolitan in the way it lays itself out. Our guest demographic is broad as well, so we are equally able to manage and accommodate a lot of different guests throughout the whole city.
And Nobu itself is exploding, it seems. Every time I turn around, we just did a few stories. The Nobu Room was announced at other Nobus. Why is this happening now? That this brand is really kind of coming into its own, I think.
I think it fills a niche in a market where, if you have a really strong restaurant and service product, and accommodate that with, a great regular guest profile, which we've got. Our guests are tremendously loyal. Those markets have come from a lot of places around the world, and we are seeing that we can easily fulfill a local demand by going into those markets, and that attraction will obviously drive that demand to have more Nobus placed into those key cities around the world. I mean, Nobu Rome was just recently announced at a fantastic location, and I think it will do really, really well.
And in fact, you've come a long way since the first Nobu, which was in the middle of Caesar's Palace, still there in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, no, and doing fantastically well. So I was in correspondence with them earlier this week. It sounds like they're doing a great job and doing really, really well at the moment. So, taking everything into account, I think the brand is growing exceptionally positively, and is showing that there is a strong place for them within the lifestyle hospitality market.
It's a long way from that little restaurant in New York City, which I still go to occasionally. It's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. I think that growth curve has been exceptional, but that comes under. You wouldn't be able to do that without having a strong foundation, and I think that's really important on those core principles of service, which Nobu-san and Mayor and Mr. De Niro kind of put in place. So if we didn't have that,
he's very active with this. I'd say.
Exactly right. We have to have that all singing and working in the same direction. Otherwise, those everything would just kind of get washed away a bit. And service is at the heart of what we do, and everything else kind of gets built up around that.
Now, talk a little bit about this location, Portman Square. What's around here? What's the benefits of being here?
Portman Square is in the heart of what I think is one of the hidden villages of London, called Marylebone. It's a fantastic place. It has, anything that you think you wanted is here. A lot of residents live in this area. It is very much a villagey feel. You get to know people the more you come here. There's some great bars, restaurants, galleries, museums. It feels, even though you're very close to some major attractions, such as with the Oxford Street, Hyde Park, or Buckingham Palace, sure. a few steps away from those areas, and you come into a quiet enclave of calm and just a bit of peace and quiet within this fantastic London environment.
And yes, you have a beautiful square just right around the corner here, which is very peaceful. As I walk through it, it's really a great place to be. It's not a really busy part of London in that sense.
No, not at all. I think I think because it is quite long-term residential, it does help calm everything down a little bit, but equally the villagey feel of the local streets, the types of restaurants and the cafes, where everybody knows each other. You can walk down the street and say hello to 5 or 6 people. I've been working in this area for just under 2 years now, but the amount of recognizable faces is incredible, which in a massive city of say 7 million people is not a normal thing. You don't really get that very often.
Well, it's a little city within a city, or a town within a city. We go out to about 95,000 travel advisors, many of whom are going to start booking, if they haven't already started, for 2022 London. What would you tell them about your hotel and what they should be telling their customers, their clients, about how to best experience it?
Well, I think what we can provide is an amazing new location, which is what normally is not the normal space to go within the London environment. A beautifully designed hotel with a great food and beverage offering to support that, and service which matches or even exceeds that, and is designed and enabled to be as personal as we possibly can. We don't want one guest coming one time, we want them coming all the time, and that's the most important thing for us, because the more we get to know our guests, the better we can be for them. So that's the most important thing for me.
Well, clearly you're developing some brand loyalty towards Nobu as you get more locations around the world, and this is really a wonderful enclave within London, very quiet, very aired, and very sophisticated, with some great restaurants, the Nobu as well. So congratulations on the opening. You said congratulations on the 1-year anniversary of the opening. Looking for more to come, and I want to thank you for your hospitality, and I'm looking forward to my stay.
Thanks very much, James. Great to have you all here, and hopefully we get to see some more of you over in the future.
I hope so too. This is my first time back in London in 2 years, and it's wonderful to be back. I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.